Welcome to the bonus section of Proposal Buster. This is a new and improved section to the tool. This gives sector suggestions in relation to your hazard profile. And it will give these sector suggestions in relation to response and to disaster risk reduction or resilience, depending on your definition of the terms. Now, the main reason for developing this is that we have found that at a field level, once a hazard is triggered, or if we see the lead up to a hazard and we want to develop programming against this, then inexperienced teams can take time arguing as to what should and shouldn't be included. And sometimes we end up with simple development programming being suggested in return for response or disaster risk reduction activities. So this is supposed to accelerate your strategy development process for both your risk reduction, resilience building, and your response. This is how you use it. Let's start with disaster risk reduction. Simply select your hazard from the drop-down menu below, and sectors and early warning indicators are generated in a list. So let's take, for example, drought. So we've selected drought, generate list of sectors and indicators. This will move through the tool, make your selection, and we see here a list of sectors and subsectors that are likely candidates for working on some disaster risk reduction activities. From the selection, you can choose which ones you think your organization is best placed to build resilience against. And so you'd work through the list like that, choose those you're best placed to represent, and have a look at the process indicators that lead up towards those hazards. You might find these useful to include in your work. And there you have it for drought. You can then copy and paste this, your selection, if you're happy with what you've chosen, you can create a selection of the selected sectors and indicators that you've chosen for drought. Simply copy and paste these into a Word document, and there you have your list for drought. You can run back to the tool, and now you can create a list for a cyclone, if your country is given to cyclones, and follow the same process again. Once you've chosen the sectors and subsectors of your choice and copied them into your Word document, you can start to create concepts using the Proposal Buster feature. So here you would then go for disaster risk reduction. If it was on wash activities, you might go for water supply, and there you would get your options for risk reduction, typical risk reduction activities against water supply. The same thing goes for response sectors. Now again, disaster risk reduction is generally going to give you a narrower list of subsectors to build resilience against in relation to your hazards. Once a hazard is triggered and a disaster is already in place, your humanitarian response is going to be much broader. So again, let's say we have an earthquake situation. We generate the list of sectors and disaster trigger indicators. Select those off. Follow the same process I've just been through. When you're happy with those, you can click over here and then copy and paste your selection according to the instructions. And once you've created your response sectors and subsectors, then generate your concept papers using Proposal Buster above. Trust you'll enjoy this great new bonus feature to Proposal Buster. It should make your disaster preparedness planning a lot easier. Thank you.